Portland beating the shit out of Miami right now. They beating the dog shit out of them by like 20-some points.
That shit honestly don't surprise me, to be honest.
It don't because that shit with Jimmy, that shit over with, man. Like they ready to move on. They ready to get up out of there. That gotta be just a toxic ass environment to go into every day, knowing the person who run the squad don't want your ass though. He's sick of your
Right. Yeah, shit.
Oh man, motherfucker Pat Riley is sick of Jimmy Butler ass, man. Straight up.
Right.
I heard like all like the Heat legends are like mad at Jimmy right now. Like Tim Hardaway. I don't know about Alonzo or not. Yeah, I mean that's what I heard. I don't know what's true and what's not true.
I can see Alonzo Mourning being. I can see him being mad at Jimmy Butler for sure. I can definitely see that. I can definitely see Tim Hardaway because, like, man, they live and die for like that Heat way, that Heat culture way. Like they live for that shit, bro. Like they, whenever I see like Tim Hardaway on podcasts, man, he always, even though he played other places, he played in Golden State first.
He played Golden State.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what like most people remember him for, like Run TMC type shit.
Man, he was cold. Like he was good with the Heat, but man, when he was with Golden State, man, he was really that dude for real. Oh yeah, the elephant in the room, Wiley, the producer of the show. First of all, Wiley is welcome Wiley to the Saint Create Media family. Let's start there first. I was going to announce that today. Well, I already announced it, but do it on here. But Wiley's on both shows on the network. He's on Uncommon Commentators. That's our NBA show, and he's on this show as well. But Lo is sick. Her little guy got her sick, so she's under the weather this evening. So Wiley is filling in for her. This will still be a great show, Wiley. If you come to our playbacks, Wiley's in our playbacks as well. So this is going to be a great show. But I don't know what I was saying before I saw your question. I don't even know what I was talking about before that. But yes, welcome Wiley, man. Wiley a good dude. He's great addition to the team for sure. So
now Wally, let the people know, man, like, you know, where you came from, like, you know, we other podcasts and stuff. Like introduce you, like do your own introduction.
So
do your thing.
Yes, I am producer Wiley, as I will call myself on this show. Man, first off, I appreciate it because freaking stumbling upon y'all show, man. Of course, Twitter being Twitter, like, of course, you know, looking for more content and just people to connect with, and y'all, you know, Jay popped up. I do not know how Jay popped up on my timeline. Jay popped up on my timeline, and it was promoting this show, and I was like, cool, because my thing was I wanted to find, you know, someone who was talking about more so about the W, just trying to help myself out with the podcast that I've been doing for the last couple of years with my co-host, and that's Aries Talking Sports. But you know, of course, God works in mysterious ways. Jay pops up on the timeline promoting the show. I hop in the live show, and I was like, oh, okay, bet. You know, I see y'all in low doing y'all thing, and me being me, I'm just, you know, just commenting, supporting the show. And it just became a thing after that. And so what got me here was Jay mentioned about Jay had posted about the Uncommon Commentators at the time and was looking for podcasters, but not knowing if Antoine and Garrett, shout out to them, if they were coming back. So I commented, you know, he didn't necessarily respond. So I DM him, hey man, you still looking for podcasters? No, but do you want to produce? I mean, I ain't never really produced outside of my own stuff, but bet, you know, my thing is, if you help me along the way, I got you. I'll do what I know. I do what I do. And here I am. So again, it's just pretty grateful to come across Jay, come across Nick, you, and Lo, be able to just be me. And that's really how I got here. It's just me being me, being in the comments. I think y'all making me the moderator for the live shows. That was cool because I was like, I didn't expect it. Again, it was just me being me and having fun.
Oh yeah, man. Like today, I just realized today when you said it that you met me through playback, or you met me through internet, like through playback and through on Twitter like that. And I forgot that's how we even met, but it's like just being yourself. I be trying to tell people, man, just being yourself and just being a true person.
Yeah.
Don't be trying to be something you not. Good things gonna happen. Like you gonna meet good people, you gonna come across good people. You just be yourself.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? That's how I met Nick. That's how I met Lo. That's how I met you. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Garrett, Antoine, like when you just be genuine and you don't be looking for stuff in return, good people, you're gonna meet good people regardless. And I'm glad I met you, man. Like it's just like another brother I didn't got, man. Now, you know what I'm saying? Like it is like, and it make it easier. It make it easy to talk about sports and we have a goal. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I've told y'all this, like not live, just in text messages, but the fact that y'all is one thing that Raina, and who don't know, Raina's my wife, but she believe in me and what I'm trying to do. That's one thing when it's your wife, but then it's like I got more people. I got y'all, Nick, Wiley, Lo, Garrett, and Antoine, like to believe in me. That's gonna make me even keep going. Like, cause y'all here, that lets me know, cause ain't nobody getting paid yet. You know what I'm saying? But we here like we are. You know what I'm saying? So that makes me feel good. That makes it easier for me to do whatever I have to do to keep growing this company and keep getting to the next level. So I appreciate y'all, man. For real. So it's a pleasure.
What up, man?
What up, Jazzy? What's good with you? But like you see, Lo ain't here tonight.
Y'all better not leave because Lo not here, man. We've been a whole
y'all better not be leaving because Lo not here now. Goddamn,
don't be fake, man. Don't be fake. I know a lot of motherfuckers be here just for Lo, and I ain't gonna lie, Lo is great. Lo is great. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna take that away from her, but we gotta hold it down.
Lo do her thing, man. Lo do her thing every time.
Yeah, no, for sure. No, dead ass. But we gotta and Raina said she appreciates y'all too, man. She appreciates y'all as well.
Shout out Raina. Have yet to meet Raina, but shout out to Raina.
Wiley, I'll tell you, Raina vibe. Raina talk shit to you too, but Raina vibe, man.
Hey, listen,
she definitely talks shit. You ain't lying.
I'm here for it.
No, she talks cash shit, but man, she's sweet as pie though, for real. We came for David Ruffin, we still, but we will stay for Otis. I like that.
That's how it is, Low.
Right, y'all got Low Jordan. She David Ruffin. She got David.
It's hilarious.
Right.
It's like the Jackson 5. She Michael Jackson shit.
You're right. She Mike. You know what I'm saying? Like she Michael Jackson and shit.
I'll be Jermaine. Fuck it.
You gonna be?
I'll be Jermaine. Shit.
Hey, I feel you, man. I will go snatch Jermaine while you can, for real. But man, even though she here, man, prayers to her, man. Well, like she ain't like, I don't want to say prayers like she on her deathbed, but you know, little kid germs is the worst, man. When she told me he was sneezing, you can't escape the sneezing. Like anything else, when they sneeze on you, it's a wrap. It's coming. In a matter of time, you're gonna get sick. When she said that, I'm like, yeah, it's a wrap. So, but we still have a great show. We got a lot of stuff we're gonna go over. We got college basketball stuff coming up this weekend. We're gonna talk about. We got. I'm gonna talk to y'all about my experience in Bloomington, going to cover USC Indiana. But at first, we also got Wnba free agency started today. Yep. We got Unrivaled. We're gonna talk about. But man, welcome. But everybody who's coming in, welcome to episode 23 of the Best Damn W Show. And y'all fans, I'm gonna call y'all fans because that's how y'all been acting, man. Like y'all really be supporting. That's what fans do. Y'all support, man. Yeah. So it's like I love that, man. People will be on Twitter talking about top 5 podcasts, the best crew out there, man. So that's love. That means y'all really locked in with us. Y'all really be here with us. And we're not even a year old. We only got 23 episodes. We started in August. And there's a lot of stuff that's happening. We got a lot of stuff going on. Like it's just coming in the future that we're gonna be doing different interactions with y'all. So it's just, man, I appreciate more playbacks. We're gonna do it. I'm gonna have playbacks going all the time, regardless if we up there or not. Playbacks gonna be going because Women Hoops still it's just hard to watch. You just know it's places people don't have, and so man, if I can help out, I'm gonna do that. If we gonna help out, we gonna do that. So, like I said, on the playback yesterday, we got a March Madness thing coming up. We're gonna do that, a challenge. The top 3 gonna win prizes. We got playback on this Thursday for not USC, South Carolina, LSU.
SEC
yeah, we got
showdown.
that. So it's gonna be some shit talking in the group chat. It's gonna be some shit talking in the group chat. Well, not the group chat, but in the chat. Not the group chat. But what else we got going? We Unrivaled gonna be played on every time on Monday, Friday, and Saturday. I think we're gonna pull up on Friday or Saturday. I don't know which one, even though we're gonna be there on Thursday. But stay tuned, man. We're gonna be all over the place. So we out here grinding, working, and giving you all this good content, this stuff we want to talk about in hoops, man. So we're gonna get this shit started with
before we get started.
Oh, go ahead.
Real quick. For the people that pull up to the Unrivaled, especially Unrivaled and stuff like that, don't be afraid to chat it up. Shout out to like Kid. When I did the one by myself, Kid kept going, kept commenting. So we encourage that. So please, like, if you come and you watching the lives, hit us, comment, man. We gonna chop it up. Hey, we gonna talk to you.
Yeah, we definitely talk back.
Yeah, we gonna talk to y'all like y'all sitting on here too.
As Thomas knows.
Oh yeah, shout out Tom.
Yeah, so shout out Tom, man, our Australian friend, man. Shit, shout out to him. Shout out to him big time. No, yeah. No, we're not going to Australia no more. That's his fault. If y'all in the playback, y'all know why. Y'all know why we ain't going to Australia no more. Well, it's not on my list. It was high up, but talking to Tom, it's very low now. Like it's down. It's down the rankings. I ain't got time for that shit no more, man. The shit he was talking about. And you got to trust the locals of places. When the local tell you what's going on, you got to trust them. Yeah. you can't think they lying at all. But yeah, Tom. See, yeah. If you're in the women's hoop community and you on Twitter, you know Tom. For sure. You definitely know Tom.
Tom is a very interesting character. I'll say that. But he's our guy, man. He's one of our biggest fans. So now we appreciate him.
For real.
No, dead ass. No, straight up. But man, let's get into it, man. We're going week 1 of Unrivaled. It was fun. It was successful to us. A lot of numbers came out, but man, it was so much hype going into it, like the media week and everything. Like at first, everybody was like overall like the announcements. We didn't want to see that shit no more. We was done with it. But once everybody started flying down there, they was setting up. All the content and shit was going out. Like it was Nick first was like, man, I'm kind of excited for this shit now. And then after he said, I'm like, damn, this shit is kind of lit now. Like, but once it started, man, it was fun. Y'all was coming out for the playbacks, man. Y'all was showing out for those. But man, Nick, man, how you feel about the first week so far, man?
I mean, I'll say this, man, especially over the past like 2 to 3 weeks, man, with all the content that they've been posting, they've been building up the anticipation for this league because it was really a dry spell like last summer because it was like they were posting a new player that was entering the league like every day or every other day. And then it was this and that. So like during the summertime, I remember we were talking like, man, like Unrivaled was all over the place, man. I don't know to really trust this league, but like I say, when they start posting like just pictures in the locker room, they posting like practices and stuff. We were like, okay, cool, this might be something. And I gotta say, week 1 delivered. Like the first game delivered. Like the first game between the Lunar Owls and the Mist, like that was what showed me like, okay, now this league is really for real, honestly.
Absolutely.
No, it did.
And since then, we've seen every team pretty much, perform at a high level. I know that there's some undefeated teams and there's some teams that haven't won a game yet, but through the first 3 days of Unrivaled or 4 days, whatever it is, it's been just absolutely amazing to me, man. Probably my 2 standout teams that I've enjoyed. First, I'll start with the Laces, who are 2-0 without Jackie Young. Like Jackie Young is such an important piece of this team. And we all predicted that she was going to have a really strong season. I don't know how significant her injury is, but her missing the first 2 games, I hope that she does get back soon. But it really hasn't been a problem for them because a lot of people don't know. Like they're winning they're winning games by a 29-point margin. I went to go check it today, and they haven't allowed any team to score 50 points as of yet this season. So it shows how great they are defensively. Kaylin McBride offensively has just been cooking, averaging 24.5 a game. Tip Hayes has been just the orchestrator on the offensive end, just being able to create for herself and for others. And then you got other players as well, like AT. Honestly, like to me, I still don't know why people get in the way whenever AT runs downhill. Alyssa Thomas, I'm talking about.
Man, yo,
I
he
really
ran over
was
Jewel last night, bro.
exactly.
Oh,
But now I was, but that's the thing is like when I was watching the first game against the who did they play? They played I think they played Rose. I think they or no, excuse me, I think they
They
played
play
Phantom. Was
Phantom.
it Rose
who?
or Phantom? The Laces.
Who? Vinyl? Oh,
Phantom.
Laces.
No, the Laces.
Who they play first?
Phantom.
I think they
Hey, who
played
they
Phantom.
play?
Yeah.
Oh, it
Phantom.
was Phantom. They beat the shit
Oh
out
yeah,
of
it was
them.
Phantom. Okay, yeah.
Blowout.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
86 to
that
48.
was that was the blowout. But I was watching this team and I'm like, this team could really be like one of the top teams in the league, honestly. Like just the way that they play, they play a fun style of basketball. They shoot the ball really well. All their players scored in double figures in that game.
Yep.
Like all 6 players. Even
Mhm.
Kate Martin came off the bench and had like 12, 13 points. So they have a lot of offensive weapons on the team. And on top of that, they're getting after defensively. And I think that's probably the most important thing. And then the next team that I've been really impressed with is the Lunar Owls, who are also 2-0. I mean, obviously Skylar had the 2-game winners. The first game winner was really special to watch, man. Especially with everything that's been going on, with Skylar in Seattle and everything. It's good to see her
Yeah.
come out to be strong. But I got to give it to them. Like Nafisa Carr is playing at a different level, honestly, and it's kind of crazy because
Yes.
you see one of the owners playing at a high level in Nafisa Collier, then the other owner, Brianna Stewart's kind of gone off to a slow start. I don't know if we'll dive into a little bit of that later, but Fee's averaging 29 points and 8.5 rebounds throughout the first 2 games. Like, I don't know, like if there's like a MVP list so far throughout the first week, but it's got to be by far Nafisa Collier, honestly. I mean, like I said, Skylar's averaging around 15 a game. Alicia Gray has been a really great contributor, on both ends of the floor. She's averaging around 18 points. So the Lunar Owls getting off to a hot start was actually really impressive. And even heading into that first game, I mean, I want to say they were down in that matchup like throughout most of the game against the Mist because Jewel got off to a really strong start.
Yep.
Mhm.
Dejanay had really good defensive moments. So just for them to just be able to show resiliency and just being able to come back in that game was just really impressive. And then that momentum continued into the next day as well. And then I mean, there's some other teams as well. I mean, obviously Vinyl's been playing at a really high level. Vinyl might be one of the most talented teams. Honestly, when you talk about Enrique Wnba,
Oh,
you
yes.
talk about Ryan Howard, you talk about Dearica Hamby, who has been cooking in the pick and roll for them. Same thing with players like Aaliyah Boston as well. Like Vinyl is super talented, honestly. I mean, and they're going to be another one of those teams that's going to be competing for a title this year as well. I mean, I know that
think
there's
so as well.
I know there's a couple of teams that are 0-2 right now. Like Rose is 0-2. Honestly, even though they're 0-2, I do give them some credit because they were down in double digits in both of their games and still found a way to make a comeback. So, I mean,
Mhm.
obviously, when you have Chelsea Gray on your team, you have Kalia Cobber, then you have Angel Reese. Like, obviously, when you look at that roster, they should be fine, honestly. I'm expecting Angel Reese to cook this year. I'm sorry. Like, when you're playing with great playmakers like Chelsea Gray, Kaz, a really great ball handler and playmaker as well.
Mhm.
Same thing with Brittany Sykes coming off the bench. There should be no reason why Angel Reese is not averaging at least like a good amount of points, maybe like at least 16 to 18 a game, honestly. I mean, and it's pretty much she could pretty much get her points off of pick and roll, off of rim runs. All she has to do is find a way to get open because Chelsea Gray is so dynamic where she's going to draw multiple bodies. Kalia Cobber the same way, especially when she penetrates. Like, there should be no reason why Angel Reese is not dominating, honestly. I mean, look, she's averaging a double-double throughout the first 2 games, but we should definitely expect a better Angel Reese if you ask me moving forward, honestly. But I mean, that's just going to come with time, honestly. But overall thoughts on Rivaled is week 1 is not disappointing. I mean, there's been great teams, great players, honestly, and I'll be real, man. I mean, I'm blown away throughout this first weekend of Rivaled, I must say.
I am too, man. How about you, Wiley?
No, I'm of course. Shoot, I've been as much as we like you said earlier. As much as they hyped it up, as much as we hyped it up. Like I'm sitting here, like, yo, I'm ready for it. Like to see all of the players that that agreed to play, the teams that how they were. Although some of these teams that the way they were built, I'm sure they wish. Especially the trades. I'm sure those trades that happened right before it started, I'm pretty sure they kind of having some buyer's remorse. But overall,
Yeah, for sure. Dead ass. Yeah.
But week 1, man, week 1's been nothing but good ball outside of the one game that we watched, and man, that was rough. Freaking smoke layup after smoke layup. Bad shot after bad shot, but also again, if you were there for the game and for the live, of course, we got the jokes off, and we came up with our so-called theory as to why so much bad shooting may have possibly been going on.
Oh yes, we think they went out last night or the night before, boy. It was at Live, boy. Because they were looking tired. They were looking gas a little bit out there, man. Some of them spots,
I mean,
man.
that's why I told people like 3-on-3 is different. Like it's constant movement. Like your
And
conditioning has to be top tier. Like if you watch, like honestly, I think what made me realize it was I don't know if people remember, but during the WNBA All-Star Weekend in Phoenix this past year, they had the little 3-on-3 tournament with the Team USA players, and I just saw how they were constantly moving. Like it was pretty much like sticking with your defender. It's like even after a bucket, they had to continue to move on. There was no inbound in the basketball, so
and that was
3-on-3 is different. Exactly. Yeah, that's half court. Now they got a full court. I mean, I know it's not a full court. You know what I'm saying? It's condensed, but still.
Man, that's still full court 3-on-3, boy. That shit. I couldn't imagine doing no shit like that.
And I think that's the best part about this this league, the fact that it's 3-on-3, it's full court, and like they've been saying before, even Brendan when he came on, you can't hide on defense.
No.
You have to you gotta be able to move your feet. It's like who was it that said she had never done so much backpedaling?
Oh, Big Steph. Steph said that. Mama Steph, boy. She said, I ain't never did this much backpedaling before. And you can just see it out there, man. Like Jazzy said, BG out there regretting full court.
Oh boy.
It's different.
And, in the way she run, she runs slow already. She tall, long, all of the above, and trying to get up and down that floor. BG, I know she regretting every bit of it.
I agree with that comment, honestly. But I'll say this too, though. Like, them continue to build their conditioning here in Unrivaled, they're gonna be ready for the W.
Oh yeah,
they comes around. The rest that ain't gonna be nothing to them.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not because you could just tell because you could tell Angel a little gas out there a little bit. Like the bigs are gas. The guards they fine. I ain't seen too many guards that look like they are gas, like they ready for this. But the bigs look.
And on top of that, honestly, some teams play back to back. I can only imagine.
Yeah.
And people, honestly, like that's less than 24 hours too, because they play Friday night, then Saturday afternoon. So that's less than 24 hours. You have to play another game.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, Rose did have to play at night and then in the afternoon. Yo, that shit is a crazy night day back to back like that. So I think week 4 things really heat up. Like I really think people won't get their legs under them.
Yeah,
and we're really gonna see. I think like in this next, when is it end in March? So we got like the next couple of weeks, man. I think people needed this first week because I know during like during the media week and the pressers availability, and people was asking players like, how does it feel being like? But all they had was like a scrimmage. All they had was practice. You know what I'm saying? But now. Listen to some of the pressers since the games have started. They like, okay, now we know what to expect. They know how to adjust.
Huh? I was saying, pull that comment back up. The one that was about Stewie.
Stewie says she ain't touched the ball since the championship, so they definitely gotta get.
See, that's an issue to me. And I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
I get that. But when when it's your league and you're going to start up in like another couple months, you gotta be ready. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I did not know she said no shit like that. I had no idea she said some shit like that.
But it makes sense because I mean, it's like I mentioned earlier. Like, you look
like it.
Fee is cooking. Stewie is still trying to find herself.
Yeah. Stewie she looked tired. Her lateral movement looks very slow out there. Like she getting bodied and shit. So it's just, but they are getting used to it. I see a lot of them talking about the minutes. Like some of them used to playing so many X amount of minutes, but now it's like you're only playing 8 minutes. You only got so much time to make an impact. So they trying to figure out different things. The coaches are trying to figure out. You got coaches who ain't never coached. You got coaches who are just developmental coaches. You know what I'm saying? So Handy was he already talked about that. He's trying to get that stigma off of him. And one thing I had in my notes I did want to watch was seeing how the first time coaches was going to look. And last night, you kind of see a little bit like Teaspoon was going against who's the coach for Phantom? I think it's DJ Sackman. I think that's who it is. But whoever it was getting coach circles around them. You know what I'm saying? So you could just see it. But but like you said, I think it was Jazz who said, I think in the next couple of weeks, you're gonna see stuff coming together. People got their legs under them. some of them will probably realize, hey, we can't be going out like we think we can in Miami like this and go back. You better use them days off to go out and kick it. You know what I'm saying? If you got to play on Monday, Sunday night is not your night to go out. If you got to play on Friday, Thursday night is not your night to go out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to wait till Saturday night.
Look,
you know what I'm saying? Like
the bottles that you popping, it better be bottles of water and not liquor.
I swear, yeah, you can't be going
all that, man. Set the bedtime, shit,
man.
Yes, like I be seeing they TikToks and they reels and shit. Like they be out there, they kicking. They be at the water. They be doing this and that. You know, they ain't gonna show everything because they don't want us on their ass. You know what I'm saying? But but we can definitely tell. We know Russ versus I've been out all night and drinking. We know what that shit looked like, yo. It was probably smelling like tequila in that damn arena last night, boy. That's like coming out they pool.
Wow.
I already know it was, but man, but. How do y'all feel about Phantom, man? That's the team. Like, even though Rose is 0-2, Phantom is the squad. I feel like there's nothing being said. What up, King? Is it King Rod? What's good?
Yeah, that's my King.
What's happening with you? I feel like there's nothing good being said about Phantom right now. Like Rose, like we have like if Rose do this and that, they can get. It's not like if Rose can do this, they can do this. They got good spots. Phantom ain't had a good spot yet.
I was gonna say,
and I don't know. Go ahead.
Missing Marina. Well, no, yeah, it's missing Marina Mabry. Is that like is it that bad to the point where like is her?
She is on Phantom.
You know, that effective for them? Because I'm like, you look at the squad: Brittany Griner, Satu, Sabrina, Natasha Cloud, Katie, and Natisha Hyman.
Oh yeah, the she was a replacement because the Phantom was already off to a bad start, right? Because they lost Kelsey. I mean, they lost Kelsey Plum. So he was already off to a bad start there. Then you trade away Courtney Williams, so that's another one. You get Sabrina, but Sabrina is not even going to be there all the time, I think, because she got prior engagement, so she's like in and out. So I don't even think she really that damn focused. She not even that damn focused on that. Satu looking like she still might be injured, so they out there just slow as hell. So I don't know. I don't know, man. They got a coach that never been a coach before, like a head coach. You know what I'm saying? So it's just I don't know. I don't know what Phantom gonna do. Like I don't even know who their next game is against. I need to go look.
I got the schedule up.
Oh
shit! They played a Mist on Friday.
I mean, the Mist 0-2.
Yeah, 0-3. Oh yeah, so they finna be 0. I think the Mist gonna beat them. For sure.
But I'm gonna give Phantom some leniency because even the game against Vinyl yesterday, I thought they had a much better showing than what they had against the Laces on Saturday.
They did. I will. You know what? You're right about that. I will give them that.
They lost it in that third quarter. Like
that's what it was.
Yeah. From the third quarter on, it was just like, all right.
Exactly. I just think they got to get better defensively. Honestly, like I think the chemistry just still isn't there for them. Like I mean, I think the only chemistry that I really see is really between Satu and Sabrina, but that's because they play together in college. But they got to find a way to get others going. Like I mean, they got Katie Lou Samuelson on the team. They got like quality scorers and quality shooters on the team that they got to get going. And especially with Sabrina being the primary playmaker, like that's her job to make sure that everyone else gets going as well. Brittany Griner, Satu Sabali, and everything else. And I don't know, like I was watching the game earlier today, and I don't know if people noticed it either, but it looks to me like Sabrina had like lost weight since the championship win. I don't know why. Maybe it's just it might be that, but I was like, she looked a little skinnier than what she normally has been. Maybe I'm just seeing things. I don't know. Like it might have been just a uniform.
I gotta go back and look now. Yeah. Anybody in chat seeing that? I gotta go back and look at that. That could be something. Right. You never know. People be trying to get leaner. You know what I'm saying? Injuries.
Maybe that might be the case. That might be the case.
You know what I'm saying? It could be like you feel like you're getting too many injuries. People start leaning out because they feel like they got too much weight on their body as they get older. So that could be something too. And one thing about yesterday, they shot 51% from the field yesterday, and even though they shot 22 threes, they shot 36% from three. 8 for 22. They only went to the line 5 times. They shot 5 free throws because they were shooting so many threes. But I mean, they had a better. They were shooting right with Vinyl. It's just that I don't know where. They had 14 turnovers. That's the game right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, taking better care of the basketball. I think their defense has to get better. But I mean, it's hard to stop a team like Vinyl who has so many offensive
It
weapons.
is.
But also, De'Erica was eating off the pick and roll every time. It was
Eating.
a high ball screen with Enrique or Ryan, and then you just roll to the basket. Nobody contesting the basket or nobody's protecting the rim.
But
Like, you can't allow that.
That's a 3-on-3 experience that she has, especially from the Olympics. Like,
Right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
she knows how
People
to,
forget her. And then also people forget her and Ryan were on that team too. So that's already chemistry built right there.
Yep. My thing with the speaking of the pick and roll, when Brittany Griner pick and roll, that shit be so slow after she picked. I be like, yo, at this point, you got to slip that shit. You got to just start slipping those picks, like, because you're wide enough. You're wide enough to make an impact where they gotta figure out if they want to go over or under. And as soon as they make that move, slip. Just go ahead and slip to the basket at this point. Because I'm like, you wait until they, you set that pick, and then your roll be so fucking slow. I'm like, girl, you gotta get to the basket. Because goddamn,
No, dead ass. No. Seriously, you can't be that slow in 3-on-3 full court for sure. No 3-on-3, you can't.
Like, I don't think she has the quickness, honestly, to be able to really do it effectively. Vinyl is
You know what?
Yeah.
No, you are correct, Megan. Vinyl looking real solid, and De'Erica is out there like they was saying last night on playback. Mama Hamby.
Vinyl might have the best offense right now in the league.
Yeah, man. And you got Teaspoon coaching her ass off over there, bro.
Mm-hmm. Hey, so she got something to prove. Shit.
Yeah, she got something to prove, bro. She really do. Like, she coaching her ass off. Like, Vinyl really look like they want some of that too. Like, they want, like, yeah, we want some of this. Like, we here for this. So they ready. They really want to. Like, their chemistry is good. Looking at them like at practice, they be always dancing together. They always doing shit. So that stuff translate to the court, and you can definitely see it. They having fun, but they definitely locked in. Like, De'Erica is knowing where all the balls are going, all the rebounds. She's there. Yep. And she's very strong.
That's what I'm saying. I was gonna say people don't realize how strong she is. She's
strong as hell, bro. Last night she really showed me, like, I'm like, oh shit, she's strong as shit, boy. Like, okay, all right, yeah, like she locked in. And you know what? I'm sure she heard people. People was probably talking shit about her too. She heard people because all the stuff with the aces, but also people were saying she was too old to be the most improved. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, what you gotta do? If you improve, you improve.
I mean, if you had a better season than you did the previous year and you stood out, you should be the most improved candidate. That's just
exactly. I don't care. Yeah, like, who cares about that? Like, the only time that shit like most improved bother me is when when somebody like Ja got it. What? Like, like, why he did that? But I got it though. I understood. Like, I wasn't gonna be mad about like go too far. I'm like, damn, why he get that shit? Somebody else could have got. We knew Ja was gonna be that, but you know what I'm saying. But outside of that, like, I get it. Like, people was mad about him getting it, but she balled out and she really improved. Damn the age, you know what I'm saying? So, and she's showing it, and she's showing that she's gonna be ready for. Is she a free agent?
Who?
De'Erica.
I don't think so.
Okay, I didn't think she was. Okay, so she really gonna be ready. It's gonna be fun to see her again this season coming up with the Sparks and how. And you got she got Rakia down there too. I know they're on the same team, but I feel like all this is gonna help that team going forward because you still developing like this.
Then when Cam Brink comes back.
Yes, I don't even know if she's gonna come back. You know how people with ACLs these days, it'd be like 2 years before you see a player again. So hopefully it ain't that long since they start back in the summer, but we'll see. I want to see Enrique step up the D though, start leading the steals. Like, hey, I feel that. I feel that. Go back and watch Rose versus Vinyl Hamby with Storm Angel Rock. Yo, I definitely gotta go back and watch. Yeah, I'm definitely going.
Damn well, Angel ain't ready for De'Erica like that.
Yeah, and that's the biggest issue with Angel. Like, she's gotta get stronger.
Leah too.
No, facts.
That's why I was looking on Friday.
If you really watch Angel in college, go ahead. My fault.
No, I was saying. That was part of the reason why I was looking into that game on Friday. I was like, dang, Angel got to go up against De'Erica and Aaliyah Boston.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be tough.
Yeah, that's rough, bro. No, that's tough. That's real tough. But you also, if you watch Angel in college, stuff like that, like, she's good, but she's just, anytime with somebody bigger, she struggled with that strength, man. Like, her legs aren't as strong, and so she's definitely gonna have to do that in the W to Up. That's why she missed a lot of layups too. She not that strong like that. So you bounce, you hit her, she gonna miss that shit. So
and that's the thing too, because I mean the W is the biggest league. So I mean you gotta be strong. You gotta be ready for those battles every single game.
you do.
Get
No,
on.
Because
You
it ain't gonna stop. I mean, hell, I mean, you gotta think she ain't even playing a play like Asia Wilson in this league. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly. Exactly. So you better take advantage of this shit for real. Man, anything else? The Erica extension is through the 2025 season also. Oh, okay. Thank you. No, Meg, you come with the info. Appreciate you. Shout out
Just
to
one
you,
more
Meg.
thing before we move on about the Mist. I think they'll be fine. I know that they're 0-2. I just think that they gotta really figure out how to really utilize their players. I mean, they got so many offensive talents like Brianna Stewart, Jewel Lloyd, but then off the bench you got to play like Rakia Jackson as well. So it's just all about utilizing your players and just really understanding just certain situations. But I feel like, I mean, with the talent alone, I feel like the Mist will find a way to turn things around. I mean, the first game against Lunar Owls, that was a close one, and then they lost the last one as well. But to me, even though they're 0-2, I think they're another team that'll turn it around. So I'm expecting both the Mist and Rose to be able to turn it around.
I'm with you on that. I'm with you, definitely.
We're gonna say a prayer.
Yeah, we're gonna say a prayer. We're gonna
say a prayer for the Phantom because boy,
it might be
we are. We're gonna definitely say a prayer. Speaking of the Phantom, man, that's a nice segue, man. Satu, man, free agency started, and is she gonna be in Dallas? Is she gonna be able to leave Dallas? I don't even know how this shit work, man. Like, with
I
all
thought she
this,
got
like,
cord, didn't she? I thought
she
she
get
did.
cord. So does that mean she not going back? Like Kelsey Plum, who else? Mitchell from the Fever. Did she get
Indiana? Kelsey Mitchell.
Kelsey Mitchell got cord. Satu did. So I'm still. We need Ella Dawn to go somewhere too. I need her to go to the Aces. I think she's freed from the Mystics. I think she's free from there. So I need her to go somewhere. But where you think Satu gonna land? I don't know. I've been thinking about this.
I haven't been able to really explore teams honestly, but it does seem like, I mean, once you announce it in the press that you're not coming back to a team, like that's pretty much the writing on the wall. Like, I mean, it's time.
Bro, she did it in a press conference, bro. Like, I don't know what else.
Exactly.
More, you know what I'm saying? That's the writing on the wall right there. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Right.
And that's a crazy thing too. As far as teams, it just really all depends on situation. Like, I could potentially see Atlanta. Like, I could see her playing next to Ryan, playing next to Alicia. I think it'll definitely create more off-ball opportunities for both of them because I think Ryan is a really great player off the ball. She'll probably have to share the ball a little bit with Jordan Canada, but it's also about health too because Atlanta was not healthy at all last year. Like, Jordan Canada was in and out of the lineup. Same thing with Ryan. I think Ryan missed like close to a month. Even other players as well was missing time. So Atlanta just got to stay healthy, and I think Satu, especially looking at Satu, who has injury history and who missed like more than half the season last year. I mean, which was out of her control. I mean, that's something to look at. I mean, I saw people say everybody always want to say Vegas, bro. It's so funny. It's like anytime somebody's a free agent or somebody traded, everyone's saying Vegas. It's just funny.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Honestly, Seattle might be good too, depending on what the whole Jewel Lloyd situation is. I was predicting that she might stay, but I mean, a lot of people are projecting Chicago is going to be her next destination, which I wouldn't be mad at that, honestly.
I would love that. Come on home, Jewel. We got the money, man. Chicago got like over $900K in cap space. They third on the list.
Yeah, I saw
cap space.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
So it's like
Satu in Seattle will work. Satu in Seattle will really work, honestly.
Also,
yeah, they got $700K or some shit like that. Seattle do so.
Yeah, but what's up with the Satu slander? Like, it's kind of a back and forth thing. Like, at first she was getting praised, now she was getting slandered. I was like, because
there's no. I see a lot of. I know what he's talking about. Like on Twitter, there's no in between. There's either Satu is in that Stewie Asia Fee realm, and then there's people who saying, then there's people saying they don't want her on their team at all. So I'm like, come on, man.
Like there's no middle ground when it comes to Satu.
Yeah, that's all the conversations I've been seeing lately. So it's like, come on, man.
If
you would take her on your team.
If you're putting Satu in the same tier as Asia, Fee, and Stewie, yeah, please don't talk basketball. I mean, respectfully, I like Satu. Satu's a great player, but just respectfully, nah. But I mean, you know, and I agree with Meg. I mean, I think Satu is very talented, honestly. I mean, hell, even when she won Most Improved Player
It's
last
definitely
year,
injuries.
like I feel like we were just waiting on that moment because her career got off to a slow start just because of her injuries, and
Mhm.
injuries have been just a big pivotal role in her career and why why she's been held back, honestly. So Satu in a new situation could work, and I mean, I've been saying, Dallas just seems like they've just been in the same place for so long. I mean, look, I know that they have the number one pick, and obviously they're going to get Paige Becker, so that could potentially change things. But Seattle's a team that could be back in championship contention. If they get if they get a play like Sato. I mean, you pair it with Skyler, you could pair it with NECA, you could pair it with Ezzy Magbagor. Ezzy doesn't get talked about a lot, honestly. But no, I mean, Seattle could be right back there. I mean, maybe not top 3 in the league, but honestly, but I could definitely see them,
Yeah.
like get a playoff seed, with Satu on the lineup.
No, that is. The real question is, why are former Ducks so injury prone? What they doing out there in Eugene? What they doing out there? They got all that big ass facility, and they ain't got the proper training going on out there. What's going on out there in Eugene? You ain't lying, though. I ain't even think about that. I've never
That's
even
where
thought
Deja
about
Kelly
that.
wanted to go.
But also with Jazzy, she said I think when she played it when Satu played for Germany in the Olympics, people were upset because she sat out most of the season for Dallas.
Oh yeah, I did see that. I think we actually talked about that too. But she did. I don't. What was her injuries? I don't even know what she's battling. What's she hurt? Nick, do you know? Anybody in Meg? Jazzy? What she hurt?
I'm
I
sure
don't
Meg
know what
probably
she
knows.
did. Yeah, I know Meg. No, Meg gonna come with the information
Right.
real quick.
Well, she was
But
former Wings fan. Now she's a Valkyrie, apparently. So
yeah, she a Valkyrie. You're a Valkyrie fan, boy. You don't even know how good they gonna be. Y'all getting paid.
She buying stock early.
nothing
What
wrong with
isn't
that.
her injury? Oh, she's like one of those players. She like a. Is she
It is
like a
always something new, I will say.
She like an MB. She always hurt type shit injury.
But I mean,
Damn,
even
I
like
ain't know
despite the injuries, like Satu's still an all-star caliber player. So I feel like any team should want to do whatever it takes to get her, honestly.
how much you would pay for her.
How much I would pay
Yeah, how much you paying for Satu?
depends on the organization, honestly.
Yeah, it really does. And where you is she a person you can build your team around? Like this is who we're gonna build around and win a championship. It's hard to say, really, right? Because of her injuries.
If she wasn't injury prone, I'd say yes. Talent wise,
Mhm.
I would say she is a player that you could
Right.
build around. But you look at the injury prone type, it's just tough to like really invest in a player like that. I mean, hell, you look at what's happening in New Orleans with Zion and how that's turned out like the past 6-7 years,
Good God.
where they put
Mhm.
all their stock on this guy because he was the biggest,
All of
like
it.
the biggest star out of college.
He was supposed to take Bron's spot when he left. That's not happening.
Literally, yeah. Nah,
Yeah, he was. Satu a solid 2. I think she a solid 2 as well. I
I can
think
see
she
that.
does
Yeah.
hang with Jimmy Butler. Yeah, so they could. Yeah, you hanging out with Jimmy Butler. I know you on bullshit. Yeah,
I didn't even know that. That's crazy.
if you was in my playback, if you was in playback last night, you saw my rant about Jimmy Butler, so you already know how I feel. Like, yeah, she do be working out with him. Yeah, oh yeah, you did, Mitch. You okay? You weren't there yet, but like, when he was suspended for those 7 games, he was working out with her over there.
Yeah.
But they always be hanging out. So yeah, that's it's hard, but you just don't know what you're gonna get when she's coming there. So, and I forgot since Nick did mention that she did mention her leaving in the press conference. So it's like, yeah, you are gone. It's just a matter of how this is gonna work. So, where you think KP gonna land?
Honestly, see, this is the thing. Like, I feel like if she does leave Vegas, she's probably gonna have to take a lesser role than me because I don't know where. I mean, and look, I mean, it's not like she's one of the top 2 options in Vegas, but I don't know. It just all depends on the situation. To me, I would love to see her stay in Vegas. Honestly, I mean, especially because I mean, I'll just be real. I mean, the Aces championship run ain't over yet. I don't care if they lost this past year
It's not.
in the
No,
playoffs.
it's
Like
not.
I saw a lot of people trying to write them off after that loss, and I'm like, yo, like Asia Wilson she just turned what 27, 28? Like,
Yeah, bro. That's prime. That's prime. That's your prime right
exactly.
there.
Like literally, honestly, man. But I think the best situation for me at least would be for her to probably stay in Vegas. I see Meg said Chicago. I wouldn't be mad at Chicago, honestly.
Me either.
KP is just KP is just so weird. It's like she's high and she's low at the same time. It's like she can be a great player, but then she can also make some crazy decisions that make you think like, yo, what the fuck was that? Like, you know what I mean? Like KP is just that type of player to me. But I'll be real. I mean, she's great, honestly. I mean, and also, by the way, congrats to her for getting her jersey retired at Washington. But
Oh yeah.
yeah,
was that Saturday that happened? I believe. I think that happened on Saturday.
Yeah. I think it was Saturday.
I see Jazzy said she thinks she's gonna resign. Okay.
I wouldn't be mad at her resigning just because of the fact of the chemistry that she has with Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
But also the thing about it is that, like, okay, so let's say hypothetically she does leave. Like, I feel like the one player that could potentially replace her that the Aces could get is Kelsey Mitchell out in Indiana. But if Kelsey is bored in Indiana, which I'm projecting that she's going to stay in Indiana too, especially with the year that she just had, and I feel like they're building something finally there, because I mean she's been there for so long, and it's like, she had to make the playoffs to this past year, I believe. So where they're building there with Caitlin, with Aaliyah and all them, I feel like that's probably the best place for her. But honestly, I don't know who the Aces will replace KP with, outside of like Kelsey Mitchell.
No, I don't. I really don't know. Man, I'm still thinking about what Meg said about her going to Chicago about KP. Man, I didn't even think about that. I didn't think about that shit at all.
Start. I mean, I don't. I feel like we can't really like.
Hell yeah, she gonna start there. I would think, right?
I mean, probably, but it's like I can't really look at Chicago until after the draft. To me, like once they get that
honestly,
I think that'll really determine like what team we're going to be looking at, this upcoming year.
Okay,
I mean,
since you said that we can go back. Since you said that, we can talk about Jewel because everybody got her connected to Chicago for that third pick. Do you offer, if you're Chicago, either one of y'all can answer, if you're Chicago, do you offer the 10th pick first just to see where the conversation goes?
Yep.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm offering that 10 first. Because if I offer that 10,
but Chicago's not in that position yet where they need to risk getting rid of the third pick, to me.
Seriously.
Right. And I mean, Jewel is a great player, but respectfully, Jewel is not Asia or Fee. You know what I'm saying? Now, if it's players, then you give up everything. You give up the house. Shit.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Damn show. You start with the pick and let them try and talk you into the third.
I can see. Okay. Like,
it's gonna have like. So let's say Chicago really wants Jewel.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm gonna give you this 10, and let Seattle be like, okay, well, how about this? Like, it's gonna have to be a back and forth in order for Seattle to get that third pick. Like, it's gonna have to be some willing and dealing.
It's gonna have to be. It's definitely gonna have to be. Jess talking about the Chicago. Hold on real quick. She talking about the Chicago facility, ragged facility wise for people that play in Vegas. Yeah, it is. Yeah, and the fact that Chicago haven't even broke ground on building a facility yet. I don't even know what's taking them so long to do that. So if you don't start now, you damn sure not gonna have it done by next season. You ain't even started. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should have been started this shit. So I don't know what's going on there.
They're gonna have to clear out a wire or something for them. Damn.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on over there. So, but man, it's I don't know. I would love some. I've seen some people say they think. I don't know, Nick. I don't know if you said this, but somebody said they feel like Jewel going back to Seattle. I don't know if that was you.
I said
that. Was said. You think so?
To me, it's like, I mean, I get it. Chicago, that's close to home for Jewel. So I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're right next to the crib. I get that. But Jewel, to me, I feel like she should be better off putting herself in position of where she could be in win now mode. Chicago is not in that position whatsoever. And I don't know if they're going to be in that position for at least another, like, maybe a couple years, honestly. But if she does want to go based off of just being close to home, then I'm fine with that. Or if she just wants to stay for the development of that franchise, then cool. But Jewel is a two-time champ. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think she needs to be waiting around to like try to put herself in position to win another one. And I feel like, at least to me, I mean, we don't know the ins and outs of the whole Seattle situation, but I'm hoping that it's not that bad at the point where you're willing to leave a team where you do have a better chance of winning a title with going to another team who is still young and in the rebuilding process. Me personally, I feel like a lot of this whole situation with Skylar and Jewel, it really could just be solved off with just one conversation. Honestly, I don't know if it's that bad. Honestly, I mean, I know that I'm saying I know that we heard some things about Skylar cussing people out in the locker room or calling people names and all that stuff, but like that's your franchise. You know what I'm saying? You spent your whole career in Seattle. Like they
Whole
look to
career.
you as the franchise player, especially after Stewie left and after Sue Bird had retired. They look to you as the next superstar of this team.
Yeah.
Personally, I'm not letting that go, honestly, especially when this team is actually in position to be a title contender. I mean, and even last year, as I was looking at them, you know, they had their ups and downs, but I was thinking, like, man, like if they bring this all together, like to me, they got one more year before they really establish themselves as true title contenders. You got Jewel, who I know had a very, I mean, honestly, I mean, we look at Jewel, honestly, I mean, Jewel definitely had a very underwhelming season. I mean, especially, you know, when you look at the ups and downs, especially after like in the 2023 season when she had led the league in scoring. It was very underwhelming to say the least. But then you still have Skylar, who had a pretty solid season, especially as a playmaker. I thought Nega had a really good year. I thought it was probably one of her best shooting years, if you ask me. And then you still got a young rising star in Nezzy Magbagor. That's just me, honestly. I mean, especially with Jewel. I mean, Jewel is not young. I want to say she's like in her early 30s. I would want to see her in a position where she can win at this moment. I don't want to see her go to an organization where they're about like 2-3 years away from really being playoff contenders, honestly.
No, I definitely understand that take, and I definitely hear you there. That was my first thing when people first was bringing up Jewel. I'm like, man, does Jewel actually want to come here? Because Chicago not ready to win right now. Like they are a fringe playoff team, and we still don't know what's going to happen without the draft and all that stuff too. So it's like, man, but like you said, that is her squad. Like it could be just one conversation. They both down there in Miami, so it's like it could just be one conversation.
I told you we need that one-on-one could possibly solve everything, man. I'm telling y'all.
You ain't lying, though. That's box office. That one-on-one could probably solve. It could.
Shit,
it could.
That
like
block that she had,
definitely could.
that block that you had on Skylar.
Oh my God.
Crazy.
You felt it. It was more to that block.
Heard that block.
You heard the block. It was more to that block and everything like that. So that's gonna be interesting to see. Man, who's some y'all got any sleeper free agents that people not really talking about?
I wanted to touch on this too because the news just broke. Brittany Griner is going to test free agency. I've been trying to think of places where she could go. I don't see her going nowhere else. I think Phoenix just got you got to stay at Phoenix at this point.
Figure it out.
I think you just got to stay.
Dixie, hold on. Let me address this shit real quick.
I'm just saying. I just can't see any other team where. I mean, look. I mean, Brittany Griner is Brittany Griner. You know, we all know that. But it's just hard for me to really see her like go to another team and still be like as effective. Honestly, I don't know.
No, I don't. Yeah, honestly, who's gonna fit her? Like, who's gonna? I'm with you. You think about the rosters and everything like that. Like, who has a need for BG? Is she gonna come off the bench?
I don't know. It depends.
I mean,
if it's Indiana, she's coming off the bench because she ain't starting ahead of Leah Boston.
Nah.
Yeah, like I think she's so far from her prime to the point is like I can't bring you in, have you starting over somebody who's young and who's really doing
honestly,
their thing.
Like Phoenix is still a contender though. That's the thing.
They was in the playoffs.
Leah Copper just had a career season.
Yeah, I don't know if she's gonna leave. I think she just want to see what her value is. I think this is probably a money play to get more money.
Yeah, I think that's probably
what I'm saying. That's probably what it is. Like, let me just go see what people are talking about. She's gonna probably go out there and see probably like, hey man, BG, you still BG. We're gonna respect you, but you're not like that we're gonna move heaven and earth for you to come to this team and have you start over. Like, yeah, Indiana, like you're not starting over Leah Boston. That's dead. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's really not happening. So I think she's going back. I definitely think she's going back for sure. I mean, her name pulls in stuff like people is gonna bring, oh shit, you see the headline, BG gonna test free agency for the first time. But when you sit back and zoom out, like, damn, that ain't BG as we thought. Like, that ain't the same BG from Baylor. And when she first came to the league, you know, so that's not the same one. So I think she stays. And they also was saying this is DT last season as well. I saw a report of someone. I think Nick, you put it in there. Did you put it in the group?
Yeah. I sent it to you on low. Yeah.
Yeah. So DT gonna be, I guess she's gonna be retiring, but it's time.
Well, I mean, allegedly, I don't know it's true or not.
Allegedly.
DT might just wake up in April and say, "All right, I'm back."
Yeah. So if she comes back for this one last season, make sure if you never seen her play, go see her, man. She can still hoop. That's still a legend in the game for sure.
She
Like
actually had a really good year last year. I'll give it to her.
she
Like
did.
at 40,
No, she did.
43.
Yeah.
But she's still averaging what? She's still averaging 19, 20 a game, right?
Let's say like around 18, 19, yeah.
Yeah, I think she's still doing that. So yeah, so I think she gonna come back one more season. I think it's a wrap for that. You get older, man. You start having kids and shit, man. You got other shit you focusing on. Like she 43? God damn. Well, is that
like
how old she is?
43. I think she is somewhere around there.
Damn, I didn't know she was that. I thought she was like right at 40, like 41, but damn. Well, but still, when you start having children and shit, man, like your priorities start changing. And she accomplished so much. She's done everything from UConn. You got high school, you got UConn, you got the league, the Olympics. I mean, what the hell else is it for her and LeBron to do at 40?
Nothing.
Get your ass home.
Her and LeBron, they the old motherfuckers in the club. Hey, go home, old nigga.
Fuck y'all hang with us for it. Fuck. Your ass is on, man. The fuck?
They coming to Friday Night Lights at the high school and shit. Like, y'all still here? Why y'all coming here, man?
Why are you here? Go home, dog.
Imagine Bronny trying to go to the club. Now I gotta bring my daddy, my teammate.
All right. What are you stealing the league for, so man? But shout out to DT, man. So we don't know if that shit true. Tiger Woods, yeah, and Tiger Woods, man. Stop, man. Y'all done. Y'all have accomplished everything. Seriously. So, but I do think I think Bron and DT giving us one more season. So,
Bron gonna retire next year.
Yeah, it's a wrap. He definitely next year's his last season for sure. But man, if DT does retire, this is gonna be her last season. Make sure y'all go out and watch her play for sure. I mean, it's gonna probably be hell this year to get tickets for the W, but if you try to give you some packages, see if Phoenix can be in that package, and that saves you some money, but it's gonna be hard.
Honestly, like if DT announced that it's her last year before the season, them prices about to go up.
Yeah, they are, especially when she come to town. Like them Phoenix games gonna be crazy when they come to town for sure. Man, what do you think? Real quick, I got a couple more. We about 18, man. You think Alyssa Thomas gonna stay in Connecticut?
I don't know, honestly. I mean, they just hired their new coach. I was there in the press conference. It seemed like he's on a good page as far as really trying to help build that team. But I don't know. Connecticut's just it's really tough to see, honestly. I mean, I saw people like saying that they could explore like other things. Because obviously, if AT is gonna be gone, DeJuan is gone too. Like that's my prediction.
Yep.
So if it was both of them, that's definitely a big loss, honestly. But it really just all depends, honestly. I mean, I'll say more than not, they'll probably stay. But I still question, where. I mean, it's weird because Connecticut actually had a really good year last year. They got off to a really hot start last year to begin the season. But I still just don't have them like ahead of New York or Vegas, honestly. So it's just really
no, seriously, I'm with you on that.
Or even
man. Oh yeah. Man, before it's always some shit in the women's hoops community, man. And before we even move on,
I already know what you're about to. I already know what you're about to go.
Man, this Kennedy Carter shit is crazy, man. All she was talking about was
like what happened. Like
make your layups, man. She wasn't even talking crazy. Just make your layups, man. Right. And it goes into some extra shit, bro. Like people shading her and shit. Oh man, like what's y'all take on this shit, man? I had to stop reading on that shit, man. I just know she was talking about them. It shouldn't even got this far. You see all this stuff, Wally? What you take on this, man?
I mean, I saw a little bit, like it came across my timeline. I've been busy today, so the little bit I did look, the little bit I did see, like you said, it wasn't no shade. Like she made her statement. The statement it's a factual statement. Hey, make your fucking layups. That's
right.
it.
You got to worry about shit else. You making your layups, man. Like what the fuck is going on?
But also, that's somebody that she's hooped with, like in the trenches with. So
was she particularly talking about Angel, or was she just talking about just players in the league overall that was just missing layups?
I mean, but shit,
I think last night she was just talking about last night, and Angel didn't even play last night.
Right. I was gonna say, because if that's the case, you can take that statement and put it to the entire league for that part. Because again, the game last night, what? 3, 4 smoke layups back to back. Man,
DJ Nate missed like 7 shots in one possession.
Oh my God.
Like it was bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like all that shit about, I think it's just more so like I feel like Kennedy has always had. I mean, it's Kennedy Carter. It's been that drama, the stuff she had with Caitlin Clark last year. So that shit just boils over. And like, but hit dogs holler, man.
Man.
Every time, like she's talking about layup. She ain't say nobody's name. We all watching the same thing. You think she's not watching Unrivaled like we are?
Right.
Like, come on now. Like, everybody in the world seeing all them missed layups. Everybody in the world was seeing that shit last night. Everything we saw it.
Wait till it'll come back up during the season, during the next the incoming season. Trust me, it's gonna come back up, and it's not just gonna be her. It's gonna be the rest of the league, and I want to hear what people gonna have to say then.
That is. What you think, Nick? That's what I'm about to ask you, man. I don't know where she going next year, man, at all.
I don't know, but like with this whole situation, I didn't really dive into it like too much, but people just shut up. Honestly, everybody just got something to say. I mean, I'm not talking about Kennedy. I'm talking about everybody attacking Kennedy. I mean, she has the right to express how she feels. I mean, if she's watching the game and she sees something she don't like, she can do just like us. I mean, if we see something we don't like, we're gonna talk about it. So she has the right.
She play high level basketball. She knows what she's talking about.
Right.
Exactly.
And she's still overseas now.
Right.
Getting buckets overseas.
That's what I'm saying. Like I saw one of these guys, man, and I'll be real. He's like a YouTuber. I don't like this guy, man. You know, he was talking shit about Angel, like, you know, about how she like can't make threes and all that. I'm like, bro, like Kennedy's one of the more talented offensive players in the league today. Like I know that her
1,000%
name category is like others, honestly, but when you look at what she was able to do last year in Chicago, to me, I think she was like one of the top 10 best offensive players in the game, and her game is honestly like expanded too. Honestly, when you look at it, I mean, she's a better playmaker than what she was to the league. She's also gotten better on defense as well. So, I mean, I know that there's been rumblings about, you know, drama, locker room drama, stuff like that, you know, with Kennedy and everything, but you can't deny like what she does on the court. Honestly, Kennedy's one of the most talented players in the league, if you ask me, honestly. So whether it's in Chicago this upcoming year, whether it's somewhere else, best believe with the right opportunity, Kennedy's going to produce just as she did this last year when she played in Chicago.
Yeah.
Before we move on, can Chicago still re-sign her if they wanted to?
I would.
Like, they didn't do the qualifying offer, but can they still be like double back and be like go grab her if they wanted to? I don't know how that worked.
That is,
I don't know, honestly.
That relationship might be dead, to be honest. But
that's the thing. I mean, like, because I think what people don't realize, Angel and Kennedy were both very close to Teaspoon.
Yep. Yes, they were.
I mean, that was the reason why she got to Chicago. Like Teaspoon signed her to a training camp contract, and then she ended up making the roster. So it might be a different situation now with Tyler there. I don't know if she's talked to Tyler Marsh ever since he got hired or anything, but who knows, man.
I mean, they saying Tyler he won't shooters, so we're gonna see, man. But you definitely need guards. And they should be able to shoot. But I would love to have Kennedy back here in Chicago, man. But I don't know what direction we're gonna go in. We're just gonna see. But man, before we do move on, just stop. Let these people say what they want to say, man. If we can critique and we're not in the pros, let them critique and be in the pros. There ain't no shot at nobody, man. Ain't no.
And honestly, like even if it was like directed at Angel, like I'm sure she's probably told Angel that probably a couple times in practice.
Right.
Who knows?
Like, make your goddamn layups, man. What the fuck are you doing?
Even during timeouts.
And that's why I was saying, like, they have that relationship. They've been in the trenches with each other. So
yeah,
you can't say if anybody can say something to damn Angel, it should be Kennedy.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Kennedy probably got Angel's number.
Yeah,
she's not gonna be on Twitter talking because from I can see they never had no beef. So it's like I don't feel like she would have been. And Kennedy seemed like she's the type of person she would just probably say Angel's name.
Yeah,
probably. Yeah,
like
you know what I'm saying? Like that's her energy. I feel like that's her personality anyway. So it's like, man, I know she like I gotta be arguing about some shit. I'm the one who was a pro in this shit. Y'all talking to me about this bullshit, but. Man, hopefully she go get somewhere, get another chance somewhere in the league, man, because she can hoop like Nick said, and she's good. So I'm disappointed we're not gonna bring her back, but shout out to her, and she gonna land somewhere. And I forget name her team overseas, but she is hooping. She is definitely hooping for sure. Man, on to this college stuff, man. College has been since Unrivaled came out. Nick said it today, man. College, I've been watching it, but it's like I've been really ready for Unrivaled. So if it's like Unrivaled, like you got Unrivaled game and there's a college, like if we not doing playback, man, I'm gonna have both up. You know what I'm saying? Like because Unrivaled, we really want to know what's going on, but there's a lot of shit going on in college this week. But before we get there, I know a lot. You know, if you follow me, I covered the USC Indiana game. First, before I get into that, man, shoot your shot. Whatever your dream is, whatever you doing, whatever you building, man, shoot your shot. You gonna miss. People gonna say no. That shit is gonna happen, especially when you building that shit the right way, brick by brick. But you gonna get some yeses. So I did that. That's how I ended up getting to Indiana, man. I shot them an email. They got it back to me fast, and I didn't think it was gonna happen because it was Juju. That was USC first time going to Assembly Hall because, of course, they're not in the Big Ten and shit. So I was shocked to even get that. But I forgot that shit was 3.5 hours away. So that made it just an adventure in itself. But I was going to make it happen. So I made that shit happen, man. But it was like, it was beautiful because a lot of people don't know I am an Isaiah Thomas fan. He went to Indiana. And just the fact that going there, and I like when I work games, this is my first time being a journalist at the game. I'm always a photographer. So, but anytime I'm working a game, I get there early. I want to take the shit in. I want to take the court in, the field, whatever it is, go into the tunnels, take pictures of stuff, walk around. You meet people, you get to network and stuff like that. So I got there early, man. I got to experience it on the floor and just take that shit in. It was just like surreal, like Assembly Hall. You see it all the time, like you watch these games, and now I'm here covering this game, and one of my players in the game of hoops is here tonight, and it was like it was empty. It was people lined up. I got to the stadium like at 9:30. There's people lined up there outside already. It was cold as hell outside, but it was lined up. I got in there, got my stuff. It was, you could just feel it. You know USC is in town, right? But it's like no one has seen her yet. No one ain't seen her.
Right.
The bus ain't pulled up yet, and nothing like that. But then, like, the crowd start pulling up in there. You seen the Juju shirts. Little girls got Juju jerseys on. You feel the energy. You feel the buzz. Like, no one ain't seen her yet, though. You know what I'm saying? But I got this story. I had a moment with Juju in the tunnel, and it's these photos right here. I'm gonna show y'all these photos. This is the story here. So I'm doing my thing. I got my photography hat on at this point. So I'm going around. I'm getting shots of the stadium, and I'm in the tunnel. So the tunnel she's coming out is her side, where they locker room, everything like that. So the shot of the basketballs is not too far from their locker room. So I was just walking back there. I took photos of this. The young lady behind Juju in that photo came out first, and then Juju came out. I'm right there. So there, I can see them walking out. I speak, she spoke, you know what I'm saying? I said, what up, yada, yada, tell her about have a good game, all that. Told her my name, all that shit. So as we walking, I'm like, oh shit, my photography hat is still on. So I ran out of there with them, the two ladies, with Juju and the lady. I ran out to set up so I could get this shot of her walking out. And then I could have easily got, and I always think I never ask for autographs when I work and doing media because it's like, man, they working, I'm working, but I never think about that shit, trying to get photos with people. But it was like, I think it was funny that, like, this is a funny ass story. I took this photo of these basketballs. Juju walked out. She right there, and she's tall. She's 6'2". If anybody, she's legit 6'2". But it was just that, it was like a surreal moment. And I caught this moment, and she looked up as girls, the little girls, they screaming her name, and she walked out. And when she walked out, it was like, it was the first time everybody in the building saw her. The energy went up like 10 notches. You felt it. It was like, oh shit. It was like this big Jew was in the building. She came out. She was the first one. You had some of the Indiana players on the court right there, but she went to her side. She was the first one for USC to come out. Yo, let me tell you something. You just felt it was like, oh yeah. And it was like everybody went to that side where she was shooting around and everybody else came out. Like Kennedy came out and everybody came out. But she was going through her drills and just seeing her go through her drills, and she was locked in. You know what I'm saying? Then after that, she went and did her autographs before she went back in. But the experience was nice, man. I feel like anybody who's a hoops fan, if you can get to Indiana and check a game out, to do so. But I enjoyed it. I got to interview her. This is my first time ever asking a question. And I want to shout out Nick, Lowe, and K-Dot, man, because listen, I've asked them all questions. I've all listened to them ask questions. Even when we have guests on our show, I've listened to them. I listened to their pods, and they've had guests on. So it's like I've asked them privately about things. So it's shout out to y'all that it was like, I wouldn't say I was nervous because I'm a very personal person. I can talk to anybody. I ain't like met a stranger, but it was like, I don't want to fuck this up, man. I'm gonna ask Juju this question. She looking dead at me like I just ain't talked to her earlier in the tunnel. You know what I'm saying? But it was like, now this can be anywhere. I gotta ask her this question. She gave me a real answer, and then the rest of the press room piggyback off my question. I basically asked her how she got her shit going. Like she was kind of clamped up in the first half. She only had 8 points, and then she ended with 22. But it was like just to see it in action is like I can tell Juju has improved because she couldn't score. She only had 8, but she was playing defense. She was making the right passes. She was doing everything she needed to do, and she let the game get to her. Like when that 5-minute mark got in the fourth quarter, where she hit the 3-pointer in the at the end of the third, and she let her game get to her. Man, the last 5 minutes was her game. She could do what she wanted to do. She can get to the lane. She can get her midi going. She can get everything. So it was amazing to see that shit live. And for her to only be like, 19, 20 years old, it was a dream come true for real. Like, it was like, this is what I worked for. This is what I wanted to do. I wanted to start being a journalist. And that's why I started this pod and doing this stuff. So it all came together. So I say all to say, shoot your shot and keep shooting it. Because people going to say no, but it was fun. I'm glad I could have easily be like, man, I'm not going to drive no 3.5 hours. Fuck that. I did that shit. So it was fun, man. It was exciting. I'm gonna see Juju again at some point. I'm gonna keep asking for requests and access for sure. So
I'm just waiting on my turn to see her. Now you've seen her, Lois seen her. Shit, I both had a chance to talk to her. I ain't seen her yet. I ain't never had a conversation with Juju at all. So I'm waiting on my turn, man.
Man, that shit it's amazing, man. Like you can feel it. Like it's like one of those like the top players. You can feel that energy. Like everybody's level is gonna be heightened today. Like everybody brought their phones out. Everybody was just like, oh my gosh, she's right here. She's here now. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I keep telling people, like, she's the next star of women's basketball if she's not there already. I mean, I know that Caitlin's probably the biggest superstar right now, but Juju's right. We're gonna be right there, honestly, especially once her college career is done and she goes straight to the WNBA.
Man, like she's you could just I was just talking to parents, like fathers bringing their daughters. I had a moment, man. I ain't gonna keep too long on this. We got other shit to talk about, but I had a moment where before Juju came out the tunnel, it was some girls looking for her who wanted her autograph, and it was like between 14 and 16. And after the game, I knew, like after the presser, I knew where they would be going for the bus. So these girls was back there, that same tunnel, trying to get her autograph. When I came from the other side from the press room, I was like, they were still looking for them. Like, listen, their bus is on the other side. That's where y'all gonna try to go. She gonna come out over there try to get the autograph. And man, they end up getting the damn autograph. That shit felt good because I was on the court talking to people, everybody packing up, and they came out. I did the excitement on their face because I knew the only reason they was in this game was for Juju. They wanted to see her and they wanted to meet her. They had they Sharpie, they had their picture ready. So that felt good to do that. I just wanted to help them out. It wasn't like I'm trying to get some shit in return. Like, this is what I want. Like, you want to help out people. When this is all about, like, kids want to see these people. Yeah, they're not supposed to be, they're not supposed to be role models, but listen, you look up to athletes, man. We all did growing up. That's all we all did. So it felt good for me to help them young ladies out to get Juju autograph. They'll never forget that shit. They was smiling from ear to ear.
That's a moment they're gonna cherish.
That's
forever,
definitely a moment for them. Yeah, dead ass. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm glad I got some photos. Man, I got some photos I took of Juju. I can hang up in my house now. Like that shit, my work. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, let's get into these games, man. That shit was fun, man. I ain't gonna hold you. I can talk about that shit all day. I can keep talking about it. It was so much shit that I experienced on Sunday. But let's talk about this LSU South Carolina matchup we got going on Thursday, man, which we will be live on playback
Everybody can't pulled up and started mentioning as soon as we started the pod.
Yes. So if you're still in here, you want to hear about this game, we're talking about it now. I know Felicia, I know you a South Carolina fan, but man, it's been some crazy shit already on Twitter about this game, man. Now I forget the name of this Twitter page, but it's the worst women's hoops. Man, never forget it. That's the worst hoops page on Twitter.
Oh,
hang on, I sent it to y'all earlier. I can't remember what it is. You talking about the one that was comparing LSU South Carolina to Duke?
Yeah,
yes, man. You both have to win games. You both have to win games, man. That's like the Bears Packers. We don't beat them. That's not a rivalry no more, man. Like we don't beat them dudes. So you gotta go back and forth for it to be a rivalry. So I mean,
like Angel Reese was there for 2 years and never won a game against South Carolina.
Right.
To being real.
The year they won a national championship, they didn't even beat them.
Yes, the page is 94 feet WBB.
Yeah, if you see anything about that, man, that's one of the worst pages on Twitter for when it comes to hoops. When it comes to hoops, oh my god, I'm surprised I didn't get blocked. I definitely said that. I quote tweeted him and said that shit. I'm surprised I didn't get blocked for that. But man, how y'all feel about this matchup? I'm gonna go with you, Wally. How you feel about this matchup on Thursday?
I can't wait because especially with the discourse that LSU fans have been giving y'all before I even became a part of this.
Oh my god, yes, bro.
That's what I was gonna say too, yo. For all the LSU haters, bro, come tap in with us on playback, man.
Right,
come tap in with us.
Yeah.
But to see it from the outside looking in, and now being on the inside, like I'm interested to see how this is going to play out. I think South Carolina is the best team in the country, and that's even with that loss to UCLA because
we're gonna talk about them too.
That showed them that showed Dawn Staley what she needed to work on with her team, and they have not looked back since. Like they've been blowing teams out, even the best teams. They made Texas look. They made Texas look like they didn't know what they were doing.
They're making teams look like they shouldn't even be ranked, bro. That's what
for real.
Look like.
we all thought that Texas was a decent team, and they went and put the clamps on Texas.
They did.
And now we get to LSU, and for majority of LSU's schedule, you guys made it known, and hell, we all could see it. Hey, y'all ain't played nobody. Y'all weren't playing nobody early in the season compared to South Carolina. Y'all wasn't playing nobody. So,
and we're struggling.
Yeah, and I have South Carolina beating LSU yet again, and it's on the strength of they're already battle tested from all your top teams. They're already battle tested. So whatever Kim Mulkey is going to try and throw at them, I don't think it's going to matter. She's going to get out coached yet again, and we're gonna see what happens. We're gonna see what happens. But
what you gotta say, Nick? What you got? Nick laughing. What you got?
I agree. I think South Carolina beating the shit out of them. I'm just gonna be real. Like I don't think it's gonna be close, honestly.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like everything Wiley said. I mean, I don't think they're ready for this type of matchup. I mean, I get it. They're undefeated. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it looks good. It looks good on the record and everything. But when you look at the level of competition, it hasn't been up to par. I mean, SEC play has been a little bit different. They were able to get that big win against Tennessee. I think they won by like 2 or 3 points. But South Carolina's a different beast. And I mean, Wiley talked about it. I mean, since that loss against UCLA, that motivated them. And I think they needed that loss, honestly, because I mean, it's so much pressure. Like at the time they won like 43, 44 in a row. Yeah. It's pressure when you continue to keep winning. Now everybody's looking at you like, oh my God, like are they gonna keep winning? Are they gonna stay undefeated and everything? So finally getting that loss out of the way. I know that people wanted to clown them after that loss. And look, I mean, give credit to UCLA. They're a very exceptional team. But I knew after that loss, I was like, yeah, South Carolina gonna come back even better. And they've been better ever since. I mean, and it's crazy too because even a couple of weeks ago we were talking, Jay, about them losing Ashlyn Watkins and thinking like, dang, like how are they going to match up a lot of these teams, especially with big front courts. They beat the shit out of Texas. They just beat the shit out of Oklahoma.
Right.
Now they're about to play LSU. And look, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, Anissa Morrow's having a really great year for them. I would definitely give her credit, but I think Don's going to have a great game plan for them. I think they're going to really try to slow down the offense. I mean, like I said, Anissa Morrow, Michaela Williams, Flajay Johnson, all three of them, can, provide on the offensive end. But I think Don's going to have a game plan, honestly, man. And, expect a big game out of Tahina Pow. Expect a big game out of Malaysia for Wiley, Tessa Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
South Carolina's gonna obliterate them. Just my opinion.
Do you think it's gonna be about between? Do you think they're gonna dub them?
Yes.
Oh yeah. At 30.
I think
it's 30 pace, man. I'm going there. I might be wrong because I ain't gonna lie. Like I'll be wrong with the predictions, but I'm gonna stick with mine.
No, I do think South Carolina gonna win 30. I had South Carolina win by like 15 or something like that, but 30 is crazy. But I'm with you though. They ain't playing nobody enough.
I got them at like 20, and it's going to be. I feel like it's going to be where South Carolina is. They're just going to walk. It's like they're going to walk them through. It's like football. So when you have an offensive team that's running the ball, and they get to controlling that line, that offensive line get control. That's how it's going to be. They're just going to overbear them from quarter to quarter to the point where by the time we get to the fourth quarter, we're gonna look and be like they're up by 20 or 20 plus.
They got too much to throw at them.
Yes.
I'll say this too though. Like if they want to make it a respectable margin, LSU I'm talking about, you gotta keep it within single digits at the end of the first half. Like if you let them go up by like even like 12, 13 points, they're gonna come out.
I'm with you.
Quarter, and they're gonna fire, man. Because like South Carolina's a really good third quarter team. They're a really good third quarter team. And I don't. Yeah, Jazzy said it too. I mean, I don't think people talk about that enough. It's like they get a lot of momentum in the first half, and then they come out of the locker room with just a different energy.
That third quarter blitz, boy. You don't know what the fuck going on. You look up, you down by 25. You like what? That's how it with the Warriors and shit. You come up like what the fuck?
I was just down by 5. Second half.
Yeah,
like the first 3 minutes, shit. Like, oh shit, we gotta get time out.
They do. So South Carolina is a different team right now. Man, do y'all actually think they should be number 1 in the country?
Yes, I do.
Yes,
I do personally.
Again, the way that they played since that loss,
I think it's time.
The way that they played since taking that loss to UCLA, it's to me it's a no-brainer.
It definitely is a no-brainer because South Carolina, they are ranked number 1. They just ain't been looking the best as number 1. Like, yeah, you beat South Carolina, and I guess that's why you got the nod at 1, but I'm okay with putting South Carolina back at 1 with the 1 loss to UCLA. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, they won't do it, unfortunately. But also, I mean, you look at the level of competition too. Like South Carolina's played tougher competition recently than UCLA has, respectfully.
Mm-hmm. They played Baylor. I know Baylor was ranked 25th,
but you talk about South Carolina playing Texas, playing Oklahoma. They about to play LSU, win that one. So their competition, and even honestly before that too. I mean, they played Iowa State. They beat them. They faced a couple other teams too, like Duke. Like Duke was like top 10 at the time whenever they beat Duke.
They were.
And TCU as well. TCU was top 10. As well, like around
they
that
were,
time.
and I think they still top 10. Yeah, they number 9 still.
I mean, so you gotta look at. Look, I know. I mean, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, I know that they have that 1 loss, but I mean, when you look at how well South Carolina has played since that UCLA game, to me, they've been playing much better basketball.
Mm-hmm. They have. They really have. I didn't watch a lot of the UCLA. I mean, I had it on, but I wasn't like really locked in with the UCLA Baylor game. It just never felt like UCLA was being challenged. So it was just, you know what I'm saying? But I will ask you this, though. How y'all feel about Lauren Betts?
She's probably going to win National Player of the Year. I mean, she's just playing just phenomenal basketball on both ends of the floor, honestly. I mean, I think that's really what she needed. Like, I think that they needed to utilize her a lot more, especially on a low block. And I think that she's been able to eat, honestly. I mean, not even just offensively, but defensively as well. I mean, I want to say she's averaging around a double-double, but she's just been dominating both from a scoring perspective and a rebound perspective. And it's been consistent all year long, honestly. And on top of that, I mean, they're still undefeated. So I mean, like when you look at her numbers and then you look at UCLA still being number 1 in the country, I think she's probably going to come away with the National Player of the Year. Honestly, it may not be everybody's favorite, because I'm sure
No, it's
people
not.
they'll probably automatically go Juju, or honestly, I actually take that back. My bad. No, I'm not going Lauren Betts. Change my mind. I'm going Hannah and Dog going to my player of the year.
I'm about to say, man, you
I
ain't
got
even said Hannah yet, boy.
Oh my god! I thought about. I was like, hang on a minute, wait. I didn't even think about Hannah.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I'm like, oh shit, boy.
I mean,
Okay.
But Betts is going to be. She's going to be definitely be in the running. She's the reason.
She's definitely in the conversation.
Yeah, she's
She's
the reason.
She's doing 20, 10, and like almost 3 blocks a game.
Yep. And we'll get to see. We'll really get to see them being battle tested as their next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games they played. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, USC twice.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ranked teams. So they got Maryland, who's number 8, Minnesota 23, Ohio State that's 12, USC who's 4, and then Michigan State who's 21. So
they got USC. They got USC twice too in that span, don't they? Because they ain't played each other yet.
No,
they
got
each other twice in the.
They got USC on February 13th and then again on March 1st.
Oh shit! So one of them games there's gonna be a playback. We're definitely gonna do one of them games. Definitely gonna be a playback for sure. Definitely gonna be a playback for sure.
So we'll get to see what not only UCLA is made of, but how Lauren Betts.
That's what I was gonna ask too. Like, do y'all think that USC is prepared to match up with a team like UCLA at this point? I mean, I'll give it to them. I mean, they've definitely improved throughout the season, but I mean, there's still some issues with the team, honestly, especially finishing around the rim, honestly, and then of course turnovers as well. But I don't know. I mean, that'll be a good test for them too.
Yeah. It will be. I will say this. I will say after seeing them Sunday in person, they are very fucking fast. They are very fast, and it's like if you don't prepare for that, it's like you don't know what to do because everybody's so fast and they're very tall. They're a lot taller than what they look like on TV. Everybody is, you know what I'm saying? Like from Juju to Kennedy. Like I said on playback, like she like 6'1", 6'2", but she a beast on both sides. So it's gonna be a test for both of them. You know what I'm saying? And the Big Ten is a deep conference as well. So we will see. That's a tough stretch for them to play. You know, they got an easy one with Rutgers, tomorrow UCLA, then Maryland and Minnesota. That is crazy. Maryland, Minnesota, Ohio State. Like in that next 4, you think they're gonna lose one of them games?
Yes.
Who they gonna lose to? I got them losing to Maryland because that's a Sunday game in Maryland at 1:00.
Yeah.
You got even though they travel across the country first, they play Rutgers that Thursday, and then they play Maryland that Sunday. But that's still that travel sucks, man. Like I even saw it on USC on Sunday. Like in that first half, you could tell they back on another East Coast trip, or to come this way, Midwest East Coast trip. Is like you could see the travel, and Pac-10 teams not used to that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't
understand why these teams in the West are joining teams or conferences that are on the East. Like it just doesn't make sense to me. I get it for money purposes, but
yeah,
I get it for Pac-12 because Big Ten got more exposure than the Pac-12. But man, it sucks for the kids. The travel just sucks. You know what I'm saying? Like they stay. I talked Coach, what's her name? Coach Gottlieb. Like they just stayed because they got to play Purdue on tomorrow. So they just stayed out there. They flew out there like Saturday, and they just out there now. So it's like they ain't used to that shit. It's cold as fuck too. Like
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So
that makes sense. It makes sense because I mean, that traveling's wear and tear. Like that's
it is. It definitely is. It definitely is.
That people don't think about.
They don't. They definitely don't think about that shit. And that's the first thing I thought about when I saw these schools going to the Big Ten. I'm like, God damn, you going over there?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, but I know like some of these teams they keep having a couple because you got to have a couple damn road trips to the East Coast when you got all these teams in the Big Ten that's over there that shouldn't even be in the Big Ten, but when money come call hollering, I understand. So
Of course.
I get it. So man, we rocking the road. We already an hour 30. I knew it was gonna be a long one, but real quick into the top 25 before we move on and get up out of here, man. I'm sorry we ain't been keeping up on our top 25 rankings for y'all, man. It just ain't been. It's hard when ain't no real movement for me all the time. Like people who stay up to beat with the top 25 rankings and write on this shit every week, man. More power to y'all for doing that shit. But man, real quick, I'm gonna do the top 10 right now is UCLA at 1, South Carolina, Notre Dame, USC, LSU, UConn at 6, 7 is Texas, Maryland, TCU, and Kansas State round out the top 10. Yo, Kansas State.
Yeah, they've been cooking, man.
I haven't watched it. I ain't gonna lie, man. Big 12 basketball just ain't my thing. I ain't gonna hold it. Especially not since Texas ain't there no more.
The other thing, I mean,
it's a good conference.
It's not as strong as like the SEC or the Big Ten or the ACC or whatever it is.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that. No, definitely it's just not as strong. But that top 10, I mean, that's pretty much I can see that. Like, I mean, Ohio State dropped because I think they just got upset. So they fell out of the top 10. But it's pretty much self. There's no team I'm like they shouldn't be there. This team shouldn't be there. LSU is 20-0 is crazy, but they at number 5. I think they're definitely gonna drop. They're gonna lose that game. So I will say UConn, ever since they lost to USC, no one's really been talking about them as much, but they're definitely they're still a good team, of course. So anything that stand out to y'all about top 25? I don't know.
How y'all feel about Maryland, honestly? Because I mean, I think some news that came out that they just lost. Who was it? Cheyenne Sellers that got hurt? I think that was.
Oh, she definitely got hurt. Yes, and they got the doors blown off by them by Texas yesterday. So then she definitely got hurt. So damn, I ain't know that she's gonna be out. So that sucks for them big time. So.
That's the thing. I mean, because this AP poll came up, I want to say before that game. So yeah, they're definitely going to drop after this week. Shout out to Kansas State. Ioka Lee still playing at a very high level out there. Shout out to Kansas State. LSU, I agree. After Thursday, they're definitely going to drop, especially losing their first game of the year. Just looking at the overall top 25, I mean, I see Duke still at 14. Oklahoma is now 15.
Oh my God! Why the fuck is NC State 20 at 14-4? What is going on?
I don't know. You know how I feel about that.
Did Tennessee lose to Vandy before the rankings came out?
Yeah, because that game was on Sunday.
Yeah, because I did not expect that. And shout out to Vanderbilt, both men and women, because they both beat Tennessee.
Yeah,
also they definitely did. They did. Who got hurt?
I don't know. Ioka Lee got hurt.
Oh, damn, she did.
I didn't know that, man. She really one of the best bigs in the country, honestly, when healthy.
Yeah, I had no idea she got hurt. Oh shit. Oh wow. But yeah, I ain't said outside of NC State, I didn't realize they were still ranked at having 4 losses in front of
Minnesota.
And the teams they're in front of, they're better than. I mean, they're not better than. Who 17-2?
Minnesota 17-2, and they're ranked 23. Minnesota.
Oh yeah, that shocked me too. Yeah, that shocked me. Like you have NC State in front of teams like Cal. I mean, I know Cal just lost; they dropped 4 spots, but you got in front of Cal, Minnesota. Like, what is going on? I don't understand that. But I ain't gonna cry too much about that far back in the top 25. It is what it is at that point. So, y'all got a player of the week?
I'm gonna go Skylar Diggins-Smith, man. 2-game winners through the first 2 games for the Lunar Owl, especially that first game to kick off the Unrivaled League, man. Shout out to Skylar, man. I'm glad that she's back.
Yeah, definitely.
That back and forth that she had with Jewel was impressive too, even though Jewel got that block on her. But hey, she got the final. She got the last. So shout out to Skylar.
And shit happens, man. That's hoops, man. And real quick, I be seeing y'all people be talking about that shit on Twitter, man. Look. If you play hoops long enough, you're gonna get dunked on, you're gonna get blocked, you might touch the ground a couple times. if you play basketball long enough, you're gonna have a basket scored on you. So I don't care, man. Yeah, she blocked it. That happens in battle. That happens. You're gonna lose some shit when you're in a battle like that. So it was great to see. We love that type of shit. So shout out to Skylar, man. Shout out to Skylar for sure. You got a player of the week, Wiley?
I do. Miss Harmony Harmony Turner.
Harvard Zone.
Yep. Harvard Zone.
Yeah.
So what stands out to me for her, she's leading Harvard in everything but blocks. Points, rebounds, assists, steal. 21 points, 5.3 rebounds, 3.6 assists, 3.4 steals. Like she's doing it all for Harvard, and their record is 14-2.
I would love to see them make the tournament.
So keep doing your thing. Keep doing your thing, Miss Turner. Like that's dope to see. It like she's come up on my
Harvard.
Yeah, and she's at Harvard. She's come up on my timeline on Twitter like 2 or 3 times, and I'm like, oh yeah, gotta show her some love.
No, yeah, she definitely. Those are good player of the weeks. Mine is I'm gonna go with Kennedy Smith, man. After watching her live, and Lo always said she was one of them ones, but watching her live, and I made sure I focus on her a lot, is that her height and her size shocked me in person. But then just to see the moves she had some moves in her, man. She grabbed one ball on the baseline, she grabbed a rebound, came down with it, did a spin, went back up with it. She had one move when she got to the lane. She did some spin move. She got handles because they was bracketing Juju so much that she had to do stuff. So she was showing everything. She was showing everything. She can still. She missed some shots. That shit happened, but she can shoot. She's a menace on defense. Like, Hannah is that one a menace on defense. But if you had to go for another one, Kennedy is next. Kennedy had them, and she had them in a fucking blender, bro. Like she didn't know what they were just stuck. They didn't know what to do. Like she was just all over the place, just active hands. So man, that's my player of the week, man. She really outside of the big dogs, that's my favorite player to watch in college basketball right now for sure. Definitely.
Now, pull up that comment by Rob. Pull up that question.
I'll try to hold my laugh.
Oh shit! I didn't even see that, yo. I was wondering what y'all was laughing at. Oh, I had a little THC.
I don't even know who. I don't even know
who's on her team.
No, for real.
Yeah.
Like, come on,
I don't even know on that team.
I'm picking Cheryl Miller because Cheryl Miller's team because of Cheryl Miller. We know.
Yeah, seriously.
You put Ray Marshall on Cheryl Miller.
Yeah, last year, you know what I'm saying? Last year, USC team probably had a better chance for some reason, but than this team, like they wasn't missing lays and shit. But still, like I don't know the players on USC, and it's Big Jew forever over here. But man, that's Cheryl Miller. So
for real,
I'm just gonna keep it safe, and I'm gonna say Cheryl Miller's team because I don't really need my mentions blown up for some bullshit. But I say Juju's team.
Kev was like, "Yo, bro, you gotta be high."
That's my boy. P, shout out to my dog. Hilarious.
Well, my man said I had a little THC, man. It's all good, bro, for sure. What a way to end the show, man. That was a hell of a question. I was not expecting that shit at all. Wow. Now, after we get on, I definitely have to go look at that team that Cheryl Miller was on. Now I really have to go see now.
I don't know.
Man, I got to see now, bro.
Or maybe she might be a little.
We gotta see now. We're definitely have to check now. I'm gonna check back. Follow me on Twitter. Y'all see my name. I'm gonna check back and I'm gonna give y'all my for real answer on Twitter for sure. For sure. It still might be Cheryl, but I gotta see that squad. I'm gonna find the squad. I'm gonna post the squads. We're gonna see what happens. I know if I do a this or that with that team, I know it's gonna be some new Hooper fans that's gonna pick Juju squad. I know that for sure that's gonna happen. So man, real quick, man, it's been a great show, man. Wally, man, thank you for filling in. I know you're gonna do this. Anytime we ask you, man, you're gonna do it, man. It's been a joy doing this. I knew it was gonna. Soon as Lo told us, Nick was like, man, ask Wally you want to fill in. I'm like, man, I know you're gonna want to do it, man. This was fun. This was really fun. Real quick before we get up out of here, like I said, we got playback gonna be happening on Thursday for South Carolina, LSU. I will. I think. I'm gonna just play certain college games or women games on playback, even if we can't make it. So, Juju play Purdue tomorrow. I might just throw that shit up tomorrow because I think it's gonna be on Peacock. Everybody ain't even got Peacock, so I'm probably just gonna throw that shit up. I think the game starts at like 6:30 or something like that. We got Unrivaled coming back this on Friday and then Saturday, and so stay in tune for that. Follow us everywhere on the socials. On TikTok is the Best Damn W Show. Instagram the Best Damn W Show. I do believe it's Best Damn W Show _ on Instagram. Best Damn W Show or the Best W Show on Twitter. I'm gonna give y'all the website again for the show as well. Man, also, man, show some love to if y'all like men basketball. Like I know some of y'all be on our ass when we start talking about men basketball over here, but if y'all do, I'm gonna put the other show on the network in the chat as well. Y'all can go check them out, show them some love, follow them as well. They go live on Thursday. Wally is also the producer for that as well on the ones and twos, as Antoine would say. And guess what? We will have some crossover episodes where Nick might be over there sometimes. You might see me over there talking. So I watch NBA as well, so it's all intertwined. So follow us everywhere. Shout out to you, Nick, again. Shout out to you, Wally, for this. Man, that's episode 23. Oh, go ahead.
Just real quick, Jay. My bad. So I'm looking at the USC roster from 1983, the year that they won the title. They had Cheryl Miller, Cynthia Cooper, Paula McGee, and Pam McGee.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna still post this question. I don't know if I'm gonna do it tonight or tomorrow. I might do tonight, but yeah, I think I know who I'm gonna go with.
That's a no-brainer.
Yeah. I love Juju. It's Big Ju forever over here, but yeah, I don't know if Ju and Kennedy and Kiki is gonna deal with Cynthia Cooper and Cheryl Miller like that. I don't know if that's gonna. I don't know how that will go. Okay, real quick, if it's a 7-game series, man, who wins?
And Cheryl Miller.
What is it gonna be a sweep? I think it's gonna be. Yes. It might be just one. I'll give him one because Juju might just go off for one game.
Juju might be good enough to get you one.
Yeah.
Outside of that, no.
Sure. Outside of that, I'm with you on that. But man, appreciate all again everybody who came through, all the new listeners and future fans that came in, and the ones that come in every week from Twitter, the Instagram. Well, not do Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. We on Twitch, so appreciate all y'all. Y'all should do a retro versus. Hey man, you know what? I got some stuff I do forgot to talk to the team about. We definitely gonna do some things. I like that idea. I do like that idea. But man, yeah, shout out to everybody being here the whole time, man. So the show will be out tonight on audio at 12 Eastern, 11 Central. Show will be on everywhere. Well, YouTube tomorrow morning at 10 Eastern. It might be 9 Eastern, depending on how I feel. But until then, man, pieces, man. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Have a good one. Good night.